Just for me, Shokers first. Just on behalf of the Irish team, I want to congratulate Ciara Griffin on everything she's done for the women's game, and wish her all the best in her retirement and also this weekend for their game against Japan.
Corky, do you want to kick us in there with some questions?
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt there. James, always good to see you there. Gary was just chatting to us there about the sort of the draining effect the match had last weekend. In terms of the physical aspect of it, the mental aspect of it. I mean, how's the energy level at this stage? You must be kind of almost relieved that the game against Argentina is on Sunday this coming week.
Yeah. It was definitely the sorest I've been in a long time, which is probably what you'd expect coming up against New Zealand. So we were all pretty battered, and it probably suited us a little bit that we had a bit more of a longer turnaround. We had a first session today, so we did have a good block there to recover, and I think by this stage everyone is feeling pretty good, and looking forward to another big test on Sunday.
And in terms of the review of the game, when you look at the individuals that you were all up against, I mean, particularly say yourself and Hendy there with Whitelock and Rotalic, I mean, does that give you a lot of confidence, the fact that you're able to go toe-to-toe with world-class players like that and come out the right side of it?
Yeah, it does give us a bit of confidence that what we're doing is working, and then the big thing for us now is just being consistent. We know how consistent they are over so many years. So it was a great win for us, but we're not going to get carried away either. I think even by the time we came in on Monday, like everybody was kind of genuinely kind of turning the page and looking at Argentina straight away. While it was a great win for us, and it did give us a bit of belief, we've pushed on from it now again.
How much of a mental challenge is it to be on the other side of the ledger now, in the sense that last week everybody would have said New Zealand are the favourites, now you've taken them down, now you're the team to be taken down, if you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's probably a bit easier when you're the underdog, but and that's probably suits Irish teams in the past. But we've got to be able to perform when we're not always the underdog. We want to be at the top consistently. So this week, I suppose, is kind of the first opportunity for that.
Thanks, James.
Hi, James. I just asked Gary there, there have been some tough days since the World Cup for this Irish team, to think of that game away in England. So did you always believe that, that this was coming, performance like that at the weekend?
Yeah, we did, yeah. Even some of the performances we had, this group has had, like that England game, but also the French game when we went away, during COVID in the final round of the Six Nations. We knew we weren't very far away. There were just little errors that were very costly, and I suppose the performances that we've had more recently have given us that belief and that bit of confidence. Obviously the New Zealand game, but also, I could argue that the Japanese performance was an even better performance. And obviously we had good performances over the summer and also towards the end of Six Nations. So, we feel like we're going pretty well. In saying that, there's definitely, we reviewed the game, yesterday and the day before, and there's definitely a whole lot we can be a lot better at as well. If we're going to kind of judge and measure the performance rather than the occasion, and that was a good thing. We do feel like there's a lot more in us and a lot more to come, hopefully.
A quick one on this weekend. Obviously, you're taking over as Ireland captain. Joey Carberry's probably likely to start at out half. Is Joey standing that bit taller, a bit more confidently after his the way he kicked those penalties the last day?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he showed real steel nailing those three kicks, and he came up to us straight away when we had that penalty in the halfway, and he said, "I have the range." That's what he said straight away. So me and Pete looked at each other, and I think when a fly half comes up to you like that, it's a pretty easy decision. So I thought he showed real composure on the weekend, and it'll be great to see him get hopefully a bit more game time this week.
Hi James. Congratulations on the weekend just gone. So as we know Johnny Sexton and know Jamison Gibson Park, we had confirmed earlier as well. Just how much confidence do you take in the strength and depth and the quality and the fight for places of the guys that are now obviously going to come in?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely. And that's been kind of the focus from the start, from when we came in. Like Faz has been big on it being a group effort, 30-40 squad effort, and I think we're starting to see a little bit of that, just how good that depth is at the moment. You saw I think the impact that the bench made against New Zealand. That's probably a reflection of that. We're in a good place in that respect at the moment, and the competition across the board is really strong, which is great.
And for you personally, congratulations on the captaincy back this weekend, which you obviously have done a good number of times before. I mean, how much are you loving your rugby at the moment? And you think back to the concussions, the issues you had not that long ago, to be playing so well and so integral. How are you feeling moving forward?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it at the moment. It's as you said, it's nice to have a decent run of games now, and feel like I have a little bit of confidence back, and come through injury free, etc. So and I'm enjoying it. And this whole window has been brilliant for us. Everyone's obviously performed very well, but everyone's enjoying it as well. So hopefully we can there's no reason why this can't be our best performance yet if we're focused and if we're honest with each other. As I said, hopefully we can finish off this week on a high.
And just finally from me, I think you've played the Argentinians twice before, haven't you? 2 fairly narrow wins. How much is this a barometer of where Ireland can continue to go? 7 straight wins is wonderful, but you want to keep on winning, don't you? And just keep on building and really get to where you want to be for that next World Cup, I would hope.
Absolutely, yeah. And look, they pose another proper challenge. They're very strong up front for us as a forward pack. They carry very hard. Montoya, the hooker, he's as good as a player as you'll find in world rugby, probably over the ball. I don't know how many turnovers he's had this year, but it's ridiculous. They have a very strong driving game. Their maul has been a strength for them in the Rugby Championship, and during this November window as well. So it's a great test for us as forwards, and obviously their back line is very strong as well. They're well able to attack, but they have a good kicking game as well. Guys like Buffelli are incredibly good in the air, so that will be important too. So across the board, it is a big one for us. We're looking forward to another big test, which is what they all are at this level.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hi James. Just you spoke a couple of weeks ago about the noticeable difference when Johnny is on the training field and when he's not. How do you cut that difference down so it's minimised as much as possible? And is it in your makeup as a leader? Can you give that stare, or can you bollock a lad out of it when necessary?
I suppose how we make it up is everybody else. All the other leaders and guys in the team have to step up a little bit, and that's why today and tomorrow are very important sessions for us. We've got to all, and it's not even up to us; it's up to everybody to drive the standards, to drive the energy. But that shouldn't be. We shouldn't be relying on Johnny. It's an Ireland game this week at home in the Aviva in front of hopefully 50,000 people, and there's probably an opportunity as well for other guys coming in. So when he's in, it's absolutely obviously brilliant, but when he's not there as well, everyone's got to step up, and we've got to find our own voices and not rely on him either, as I said, because any opportunity you get to play for Ireland, you shouldn't need any extra motivation.
But in terms of your makeup, can you take the personality traits off Johnny? Obviously, everybody's different and different. They're made up of different factors. But could you change your personality if needed to be that kind of, to have that aura that Johnny has, or is that something you can't learn?
Look, I'm not too interested about giving lads bollocking or any of that stuff. I'm just focused. I'm captain this week, but to be honest, it doesn't change a whole lot for me. I just want to get my own performance right. I think that's the best way for me to lead anyway. There's plenty of guys there that can drive all those things alongside me.
Thanks, James. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, Pat, I think, Pat, you're trying to get in there, and we'll take that as the last one in this section. Thanks.
Cheers, David. Just on the captaincy, James, it's like, you're stepping up again. I'm just kind of wondering about, like, the honour is still massive. I'm sure it's still something that you're kind of growing into, but just how much of you kind of feel you've come on and settled into that whole thing of captain in Ireland?
I've enjoyed it. Like, obviously, when I initially did it, it did feel like, a bit of a weight on my shoulders in some ways. When I started, it was hard not to feel a bit like that. But I don't feel that same way anymore. I feel like, as I said, it doesn't actually change a whole lot for me. Through the week, we've got a number of guys there that are very good in the leadership capacity as well. And look, the advice Faz gave me when I first captained was to be myself and to focus on my own game. That was probably the best piece of advice I could have gotten. So that's the way I try to operate whenever I'm given the honour of captaincy.